Good afternoon. Two men are being held at a high-security police station in London after a substantial quantity of Semtex high explosive was found at Accrington in Lancashire last night. A gun and ammunition were also seized. The arrest of one of the men in Lancashire is said to be significant.
The operation began as shops and businesses in Accrington town centre were closing for the night. Armed police, many in flak jackets, surrounded a light-coloured saloon car which was then concealed behind plastic sheeting. The area was sealed off and witnesses saw a man, apparently under police orders, lying face down. The operation took place alongside a tyre and exhaust centre. Today, it emerged that a quantity of Semtex explosives, ammunition and a firearm were recovered. Lancashire CID and special branch officers said that the arrest of a man in Accrington and another later in the London area were significant.
A police station in County Tyrone has been badly damaged by a mortar bomb. The building at Bira was empty at the time of the attack, but homes, businesses, a school and a church hall were also damaged. 3 young children have died in a house fire at Peterlee in County Durham. Neighbours tried to save the children, but they were beaten back by the fire and smoke.
According to neighbours, the terraced house became an inferno within minutes. The children, Charlotte aged 4, Amy who was 3 and 1-year-old Dean, were trapped in upstairs bedrooms and died despite attempts by a neighbour to save them. He did manage to rescue the children's mother, 24-year-old Lisa Alexander, who appeared at an upstairs bedroom window with flames surrounding her. Screaming was heard from the children, but the flames and smoke were too intense for them to be reached. Miss Alexander, who's pregnant, and her partner, Graham Alderton, are now being treated for injuries in hospital in Hartlepool.
Gay rights campaigners say they'll continue their battle to lower the age of consent for homosexual men to 16. They plan to take their case for equality to the European Court of Human Rights. Last night, MPs voted by an overwhelming majority to lower the age of consent to 18. The decision provoked anger and frustration from protesters outside the House of Commons. Up to 100,000 women in the Irish Republic are to be tested for the hepatitis C virus. There are fears that they've received contaminated blood products during childbirth over a 21-year period up to 1991. Free testing of blood samples will be arranged by the Irish government. Officials stress that few women are likely to have been infected. Within the past few minutes, the General Synod of the Church of England has taken the final vote to allow women to become priests. The move means the first ordinations will take place in about 3 weeks, but 150 priests from the main traditionalist group may resign over the issue. And that's all for now. The next news is the 1 o'clock news.
Hello, good afternoon. Now the latest news from South today. 2 men are being questioned about the murder of the Southampton accountant Grant Price. His body was found on a remote beach at Hurst Spit near Lymington almost a month ago. Police have been called in to investigate the death of a handicapped woman who drowned at a nursing home. Amanda Burton, who had epilepsy, was found dead in a bath of hot water. The police say their inquiry will focus on whether there was an appropriate level of care at the home. 2 more people have been arrested in connection with the murders of 2 Hampshire yachtsmen and an American couple on their boat in the Caribbean. Tom Williams and Ian Cridland were shot dead 3 weeks ago off the coast of Barbuda. A 3rd local man was arrested last week. A naval rating has been given a 4-month suspended sentence by a Portsmouth court-martial after becoming the first serviceman to be convicted of assault on a rugby pitch. Leading physical trainer Ian Russell admitted punching the Havant forward Gary Curtis in a friendly match last October. Finally, the Sussex aid worker Sally Becker returns to Britain today after rescuing more wounded children from Bosnia. It's the latest mercy mission by the so-called Angel of Mostar.
Hello again, time to catch up with the international weather now with Penny Tranter. Penny, we have a request here. This has come from Wendy Lowe in Crewe. She says, what will the weather be like in the Gambia from this Thursday? My husband John is taking me there for a week for a much-needed rest. So that's for Wendy Lowe, Crewe. The weather in Gambia, Penny.
Well, it's certainly going to be a lot hotter than it has been here during the course of last night. In fact, very hot indeed. 32 degrees, sunshine and mainly dry, and that's on average for the end of February. And elsewhere throughout northern parts of Africa, oops, we have a slight problem there, but we can see a good deal of sunshine over northern Africa with a little bit of cloud on the Mediterranean coast, but even here, temperatures up to around 20 degrees. But earlier today, it was much colder than that over much of Europe. Temperatures in Vienna, -3, and as cold as -18 degrees in Helsinki. But in Lisbon, we saw temperatures of 11 degrees, and that much milder weather is going to spread right across southern and central parts of Europe by the middle part of the week, and then start to nibble away at that cold air over Scandinavia and Russia, although it's always going to stay below freezing there, even during the day. But turning much milder over France and Spain, in Portugal in particular, with temperatures very much into double figures. At the moment, we've got some bands of cloud over the continent, and one or two of those are giving some quite wintry weather, particularly over the Low Countries and also Germany, and further snow flurries for many parts of southern Scandinavia. Tomorrow, it does look as though it's going to be very unsettled, quite windy, and with outbreaks of rain, sleet and snow over parts of France, also the United Kingdom and Spain and Portugal. But temperatures in Madrid are around not too bad there. Further north, though, cold and wintry over Scotland, into Scandinavia, in towards the Baltic. But always the driest, brightest and certainly sunniest weather is going to be in southeastern parts of Europe and the Mediterranean, where
to give you two cards if you're of both persuasion, so to speak. Do you think that's okay, you see? So depending on how I'm dressed, I can use either or of those cards. So I think it's a wonderful breakthrough. That really is happening. And it gives me a chance at last to join the Girl Guides, because I tried years ago and failed the medical. But what we're talking about the Girl Guides, we've had a letter from Sue Turrell in Hampshire, who's a rainbow guider, who tells me that it's Girl Guides Thinking Day today. And they're all thinking about each other all over the place, and lots are still on half-term, so they can't see each other. So thank you, Sue, and I hope the Girl Guides have a good thinking day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when it's -20, 3/4 of your body heat is lost through your head. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah, well, John Major did apparently appreciate that. That can be the only reason he donned that sort of, it's a Cossack style, isn't it? Tipped on his recent visit to Moscow. Do we feel this suits him?
Well, I think it looks a bit big for him, actually.
Yeah, well, anyway, just to show us what a hat can do for a man, Larry Turner is here to explain, our fashion expert, along with two top international supermodels. I'm delighted to introduce Chris Evans and Sir Robin Day. Now, Larry, can you talk us through what Chris and Sir Robin are wearing at the moment?
Well, they did both actually arrive here in hats today, so they obviously are both into hats. But first we've got Sir Robin.
Here he comes.
He's wearing one of his own hats. Now, this is this kind of Russianish style, but it looks rather better on Sir Robin than I think it looked on.
This is the hat that John Major should have worn in Moscow.
It definitely
yes, it would have suited him better.
On the other hand, he could have worn this hat.
Now that's the kind of Fred Astaire.
Very,
now that one is
stylish. No, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or this one.
Or the red bowler. Now the red bowler is 125, again Herbert Johnson, as is the topper. And that matches his handkerchief, of course.
I think that's you.
I couldn't exactly wear that when I go to Luton v Portsmouth tonight, kick off 7:45.
But of course, you know that Luton is the hat capital of Britain.
I did know
which
that.
Which is why
yes,
Luton
indeed.
Towns, what's their nickname?
The Hatters.
Very good.
Is that the only sporting knowledge you
That
have?
is about it, yeah.
Which one do you like best?
Sir Robin, you look terrific in that one. I'm
yeah.
particularly impressed
But
with
I think
that
we do have to tip that at a rather more jaunty angle. So.
I see.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
But we have model number 2.
Yes, model number 2. Chris?
Mr. Chris Evans.
Call Chris Evans, please.
Mincing down the cow. Oh.
Now you have to do the catchphrase with that hat.
And that's only his trousers I'm talking about.
Very, very good.
This is
Now again, this is another hat you wouldn't exactly push a trolley around Tesco's wearing, frankly. It is a sort of evening, rather special occasion. Mind you, not many people would push a trolley around Sainsbury's wearing those trousers. They're very fashionable.
What?
Your grunge trousers.
Are they grungy?
Yes, they are.
They're just colourful, I thought. So
Is that the only hat you've got?
Is that all he's wearing?
Well, Sir Robin had them all, didn't he?
well, if you like it.
We did think you ought to try this one, actually, Chris.
Because it's holiday
Exactly,
time.
to put you in. You might not have a toothbrush, but you've now got the hat.
It's very 70s, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It does say, wear me, be naked.
Isn't the baseball cap the wrong way round the big thing at the moment, Larry?
No, that's very out.
Very
I've
out.
only just caught up with that one.
You arrived wearing something very similar to that, didn't
Now
you?
that's
did,
for on
yeah.
your holidays, Sir Robin. That's for on your holidays.
You'd never recognise him with that, wouldn't you?
It's sort of quite colonial. But Larry, seriously, I would like a hat for when I walk the dog.
I think you should try that one.
I can't.
Yes,
Try that one and
undo those.
I'm not
We'll
saying
let
this
it all
is a
down like
fashion
that.
I'm saying it'll make you look really silly. Yeah,
Deputy Dog.
Is that okay?
No,
Could you wave if you're talking to me, please? I can't hear a dicky bird. Is that okay?
not a good look on you.
Okay. Well, look,
But men don't
we're on the
consider hats as fashion
topic
items,
of
do
rubbish.
they?
Sorry?
Well, that's quite a fashion item.
No, I know that it is, but men don't consider it. They're scared of them.
Could I just interrupt a second, please? I don't know whether you're still talking or not. Are you moving your lips to me? Because here with his own hat is our very own Stig of the Dump, Will Hanrahan. Will, can we see you? Are you there?
Hey, I tell you, I'm hitting the right note as ever here. We've been tatting all morning, and look at the things we've found. It's awesome. It's a piano, and look what happened to my bottom also. I hope you've noticed that. Now we have the red carpet out for you here. That's amongst other things that we've found here as we've been tatting. Andrew's doing the hoovering. But look what else we've managed to get. Pots and pans till they're coming out every year. For those of you who don't know what I've been doing, tatting, by the way, is rummaging through rubbish sites. Now, not all of us can do it, just those people who are licensed to do it. They can get value out of things like this. This is what we found this morning. A record player which works, a TV set which doesn't but could be repaired, and a video that could be repaired also. What we've managed to get here defies belief. We've even got a canoe, just in case you fancy paddling out on the river a bit later. And as ever, lots of books that you can imagine. Here in fact is the Nick Owen bumper joke book. Now, Andrew, an expert on salvaging something from nothing, is there any value in this? Rubbish. Oh, well. Sorry, Nick. Oh, well, listen, old boy, I'm just sitting down in the house here while Andrew does the housework, and I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoyed me tatting morning. Hope you've enjoyed watching.
Will, thank you very much, and Andrew, thanks. Been good to hear from you.
Must have been lovely.
Look, Kath Smith has called in from Leicestershire talking about what to do with old bits and pieces. Instead of throwing old toothbrushes away, I use them to clean around taps, hinges on toilet seats and overflows.
I do that.
Very good for the thin bits of the wheels of your Ferrari.
Yeah, it's important not to get them mixed up. Also, Anne Scott from Glasgow says, Chris's show is wonderful, witty, entertaining, and the best thing that ever happened to Saturday nights.
That's right.
Well, there you are. Don't you love that?
You agree
so
on that,
Robin
don't you?
and Chris, thank you very much for being with us
okay.
today.
And we've had a call in from Anne from West Yorkshire who says she uses empty Vitalite margarine tubs for storing jigsaws and other games, and it's
So do I.
to keep your Play-Doh fresh in the fridge.
Yeah, and listen to this one. I have a tip from Ray in Marlow. I have a tip for recycling small canisters used for films. Put them on the top of canes in the garden, right?
Right.
And it stops you poking your eyes out.
Does it?
You don't even know what a garden is, do you?
No, not seen a garden for many, many years.
And a great way of using old tights is to use them to tie back rubber plants. Sarah in Nottingham.
Or to strain your paint through to get rid of all the bits of
On
dirt.
a quick fashion note, the bow tie I still see as de rigueur for Sir Robin Day. But it caused a bit of a storm, didn't it, when you first wore that?
No, not really.
Well,
A nice lady who was rather respectable came up to me and said, you can't wear a bow tie for the news. And I said, why not? And because I said, you know, bow ties have been worn by famous people from Churchill downwards for a long time on big occasions. I didn't see why the ITV early evening news should be ruled out. So I wore it just to be defiant.
And it became a trademark. Sir Robin, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for being... Good luck with your book. I don't know whether you had a chance to mention it, but thank you for being here today. Chris, thank you. That's all for today.
$5.99. With respect.
Maureen Lippman is our guest for the day tomorrow.
And we're going to be meeting the man who drives his staff mad, Mr. Brutus, alias Chris Barry, and his loyal and long-suffering assistant, Julia St. John.
And there's what drives you mad about banks.
So join us tomorrow at 10:30.
We'll see you then. Bye for now. Bye. Today on Quiz Call, you and a partner have the chance to visit Canada. You'll fly from London to Toronto for a week at the King Edward, an exclusive Fortier hotel, where you'll be treated like royalty. Canada's famous for its friendly welcome, and whether you're looking for the peace of the lakes and mountains or the beauty of the great outdoors, this is a holiday you will never forget. So for your chance to win, just answer this question. What is featured on the Canadian flag? Is it A, a maple leaf, B, a star, or C, a crescent moon? What is featured on the Canadian flag? A, a maple leaf, B, a star, or C, a crescent moon? Call us with the answer, please, on 0891 339933. That's 0891 339933. And if you're correct and selected by the computer, that wonderful holiday in Canada is yours. The lines stay open till midnight tomorrow, and I'll be announcing the winner on Thursday.
Keith Barron, Maggie O'Neill, A Chance Encounter.
Take me home.
It's an accident. It's a mistake.
A baby!
Someone else in our house.
Been hoping to see you. you shave? Yeah, well, this morning.
I want it to carry on, Tom. How can it?
Obsessive Love in Take Me Home starting Monday at 10:10 on BBC One.
Now, BBC One takes you to Pebble Mill to join Judy Spires.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Spires.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to Pebble Mill. Now, I'm not going to mention Torval and Dean, except to say they was robbed. A few people who agree with me. Anyway, in exactly 4 weeks from today, somebody else will be saying they'll be robbed as well, because we'll know who's won the film industry's most coveted award, the Oscars. Hot favourite for Best Actor is Tom Hanks, who's just a little modest about his chances.
We'll go to the Academy Awards under any pretext. If they just need me to park cars and, you know, and carry cable and ropes backstage, I'll do that, whatever they want me to do.
Bless him. I'll be talking to Tom Hanks about his role in the controversial film Philadelphia a little bit later. It's also 9 years to the day since the Queen Vic in Albert Square opened its doors to the viewers of BBC One, and veteran EastEnder Ian Beale and his wife Cindy, actors Adam Woodyatt and Michelle Collins, join me. Top mime artist Nola Ray is also here, and Hangar 17 presenter Mickey Hutton. But first, music from that wonderful musical, Sweet Charity, which has just opened at Battersea Arts Centre, with Mary Wilson in the role of Nikki, Charity's friend, who, like her, dreams of something better than this.
There's gotta be something better than this. There's gotta be something better to do. And when I find me something better to do, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up and do it. There's gotta be some respectable trade. There's gotta be something easy to learn. And when I find me something I halfway can learn, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up and learn it. All these jokers, how I hate them, with their groping, grabbing, clutching, clinching, strangling, handling, fumbling, pinching. Phooey! There's gotta be some life cleaner than this. There's gotta be some good reason to live. And when I find me some kind of life I can live, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up and live it. When I sit at my desk on the 41st floor in my copy of Dior, I'll receive big tycoons and I'll point to a chair. Honey, while you're waiting, how would you like to put it down over there? Clutching, clinching, strangling, handling, fumbling, pinching. Yeah, there's gotta be something better than this. There's gotta be something better to do. And when I find me some kind of life I can live, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up and live it. When I find me some kind of life I can live. Get up, get out. And live. Live it!
You can't throw your arms up in the air with a frock like that. Goodness gracious. More from Mary with another number from Sweet Charity a little bit later.